Society makes it seem like college is the answer. All you need is this piece of paper, which is a blueprint for the rest of your life. You're gonna get this job, you're gonna work this many years, and then you can retire and live a happy life. But for me, college was never the answer, and I knew it. While most of the people I met knew what they wanted to do the moment they stepped foot in college, I didn't declare a major until the last possible day, and I chose it because it didn't require too many math classes. So it took me 5 years to graduate, not because it was too hard, but because I took the minimum amount of classes each quarter in order to postpone my inevitable death, following that blueprint that they were gonna hand me on stage. And yes, I could have avoided all of this by telling my parents that college isn't for me, but I was scared. Again, society makes it seem like college is the answer. You have to go this way or your life is ruined. Plus, I didn't want to let down my family. So from that point on is when I felt the most lost in this world. For 10 years. Because it wasn't until 5 years ago that I finally had the courage to follow my own path. And honestly, it wasn't until 3 years ago when I started creating my purpose. That feeling of having no direction. That feeling of being unfulfilled with the normal path. That feeling of walking around like a zombie, half dead, was the worst feeling I've ever experienced. And I've had my kneecap shoot up into my thigh. So I can't even explain how amazing it feels to finally have a purpose. I feel like I've regained what I've lost over those 10 years. Myself. And even though it hasn't been easy pursuing my purpose, it's been some of the best moments of my life. So if you've ever had that feeling of emptiness, like something is missing, if you never want to get out of bed in the mornings, if you're just going through the motions day after day, the reason you feel like this is because your life lacks meaning. And the solution to your lack of meaning is having a mission, aka a purpose. But I understand it's not easy. It wasn't until I was 30 years old when I finally created my purpose. So I want to help you because I understand how painful it can be to have no direction. And I don't want you to keep wasting your time living someone else's life. So here's how I created my purpose and hopefully can help you create your own. I reconnected with my younger self. When we were younger, we were closer to who we really are because the world hadn't influenced us yet. We were just following our own intuition. Some of us were drawn to the arts. Some of us were drawn to sports. Some of us were drawn to our own unique interests. However, as we got older, we were told to leave those things behind because those are for kids, to grow up, to be realistic. But I bet those were some of your happiest moments, so it only makes sense to bring them back into your life. And that's exactly what I did. I started to embrace everything that brought a smile to my face as a kid. From listening to music I loved, to being physical like I was in sports, to making things from paintings to music to videos. And that was a spark I needed to bring myself back to who I really am. An artist. My freshman year in high school, I started remixing music, which led me to music production, and I produced music throughout high school and was planning to major in it. However, again, I was influenced by the world, and what the world was saying is music is not a good career path because you can't make money. So I listened, and as you know, I didn't declare a major for the first 2 years in college. I let go of who I am to please others. So when I brought music production back into my life, it brought me so much joy. I started rushing home every day after work so I could make beats. And this was during the time social media started to ramp up. So I started seeing other artists start promoting their music online. And that caught my attention. Follow your curiosities. If you were to have told my younger self in college that I would be making videos talking on camera to other artists, I would have thought you were crazy. I've always been a shy, quiet, and reserved guy. So me doing this is a success in my eyes. I mean, I'm not successful in the traditional sense, but I'm successful in the fact that I've been able to slowly break out of that version of myself that was crafted by society. And I wouldn't have been able to do so if I didn't follow my curiosities. So as I said, I reconnected with my younger self, which led me back to music production. And that was the starting point because from there, everything changed. I started reading more than I did in school. Again, if you were to have told my younger self that I love reading and learning, he'd probably call the cops on you and tell them there's a crazy man harassing him. Following my curiosities is how I created my purpose. Music production led me to content creation because I needed to learn how to market and brand myself as a producer. Learning how to overcome obstacles on my creative journey like perfectionism and procrastination led me to self-improvement. This is where I started to learn about myself. It was with tools like spirituality and philosophy. I just kept asking myself questions, both externally and internally, which eventually created my purpose. I realized my gift is not making music or videos. My gift is helping others overcome their own obstacles with the knowledge I've gained over the years through my own experiences. I realized I can make a bigger impact, not with a keyboard, but with my voice. Make art or die is my purpose. To help others avoid mistakes I've made, or help others escape similar situations. Because what I've learned is that creativity is the answer to living a fulfilling life. The reason you feel that emptiness is because you stopped creating. Creating experiences, opportunities, conversations that might lead to your purpose. Because it's those moments that you're not creating that you feel like shit. I mean, I should know, for those 10 years of not knowing what to do with my life was the worst pain I've ever felt. Because I was not creating a way out of my situation. I just accepted my death. So when I put those 4 words together, make art or die, everything clicked for me. And I'm not going to say I'm happy all the time, but I will say I am fulfilled. I wake up every day excited to spread this message because I know there's someone out there who needs to hear it. My younger self. And if you connect with this message, it just shows that we all go through the same things. So make your story your purpose. Because the reality is, your purpose is not what you do, but what happens in others when you do what you do. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to make art or die.